Right, you need some plain flour, a bowl, some plain flour, don't need seasoning, pepper, salt, a plate, some fish, couple of spuds. This is a cod fillet, costs about £2. So, I'll tell you what I do. I'll pass my phone to my trusty companion helper. Right, thanks Josette, my little love. Right, first this cod, got to make sure it's dry or it's no good. You get some kitchen roll, I'll just drain it off a bit. Some kitchen roll, press on it. Right plate, press on other bit. And then you just rip it up like this. Rip it up into shreds. Might seem like a waste. Obviously this is because you're making fish cakes. If you're just doing the fish, then you treat the fish or sausage or spam or whatever exactly like how I've done when the fish cakes are like put together. So it's a shredded cod. Don't follow me, love. Wash my hands. Couple of spuds. I've already washed them. Put that in a minute. Chop off the very end. Don't want it. And cut them thin. About that thin. Just nice and thin. If you do them really thick, it takes forever to cook them. I've got a couple of cakes out of that spud. Keeping them together so that right size. Same with this spud. One. Two. Right. Okay, a bit uneven. But what can you do? I had to get these spuds in like kind of a spud hoodie, really. Is that bigger than that? Maybe that'll be better. Yeah, that's a bit better. So, all you do is put the lids with them. Stick cod in. Put plenty in. Share it between 4 of these fish cakes. Like this. Just like that. Then you can point over here, love, and make some batter. Plain flour, splot of that. Enough salt for a couple of bags of chips. Good couple of pinches of black pepper, like that. And then bicarb of soda. About a teaspoon of that. Right. All you do is stick water in it. Just water, don't put milk in it. Don't put eggs in it. Don't put lemonade in it. Don't put beer in it. Don't put fucking Coke in it. Just needs to be like that. And I've lost everything as usual. My little whisk here. So, it's thick. Put more water in it. Oops, don't microwave. Alright, love.
Yeah.
See what people do when they make batter at home? They just mess about with it, put too much silly stuff in it. Listen to too many people. It just ends up stupid. Right, love, I just want to just want to put my fat on to eat, like a chip pan. Cooking oil's good enough. If you ain't got a chip pan, just flipping pour a load of oil in a pan. Top whack heat. You don't want to make this too thin or too thick. About same consistency as making Yorkshire puddings. It is a little bit thin. You don't want it too thick either, because it just ends up gloopy and it don't fizz up and end up like chippy, you know. And what we want it to do is be just like fish and chip shop. So obviously from Bradford it's not gonna be, because I'm not using beef dripping. And before you all complain, piss off. If you did do it in beef dripping, it would be exactly the same as chippy. So this is sort of the same as maybe an Asian chippy. Just about perfect. It's bubbling inside because of the bicarb. That's what gives it the gas. Thick and gloopy. Not too thick, not too thin. It's sort of like maybe one of them Yazoo milkshake type things. Maybe like that. I'm going to pause it now because fat ain't hot enough. I should have put that on in first place. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Right. What you need to do is kind of keep the fish away from edge a little bit if you can. Put lid on. Give it a bit of a squidge, but not too firmly. Follow me about, love. Then you need to coat it. If you're doing stuff in breadcrumbs, you coat it with egg. If you're doing stuff with batter, you coat it with flour. See how it's coated as much as possible, but shake it off. Put it on there. Tuck the fish in. Put the lid on. As much flour as possible. But shook off, shaken off, whatever you want to bleed and call it. Once You may think they're going to fall apart, but they won't, because once the batter hits that fat, it's going to keep all this pegged in. That's 3 cakes. Bit of a splat. Like I say, this flour doesn't have to be seasoned. It's just so that the batter sticks to it. If you don't do this with the flour, the batter will fall off. It's as simple as that. You'll put it in, you'll think everything's fine, and all of a sudden batter will just be floating about doing no. Now you can check the heat by just dropping bits of batter in. See, it floated to the top, but really I need it to be spitting straight away. So when the batter's finished spitting, when you've put the fish cakes in and the batter looks spiky, that's when you turn it down, the heat, because you know it's setting its ways then, and the batter's going to be right. Oh, it does get a little bit messy. See that popping at the top straight away from the bottom. So as when you do any battered anything, you don't batter it and then just chuck it in. You batter it and then aggravate it and then put it in. I'll show you what I mean. Balls here. Right, so you get a fish cake, you put it in, and dip it all in, totally submerged. Then you get it out, and what you do is you just aggravate it a bit like that, make sure it's fizzing, and then drop it in slow. If you don't, it just sinks to the bottom and sticks instantly at bottom. We've got another out, aggravate it, then drop it. We got another. Pan's a bit small actually for 4 of these, but I'm going to do it anyway. Aggravate it, drop it, next cake, yep, slipping apart this bugger. Aggravate it, drop it slowly, real slow. So, it's still on full. That's how you batter anything at all. Same way, make sure it's dry, make sure it's covered in flour, batter it, aggravate it, red hot. This pan, when we putting all that batter in, will have cooled anyway, so it needs to still stay on maximum. It's some kind of implement where you can just have a look what's going on. Right, I'm going to leave them for 3 minutes. I'm going to pause this. Right, these cakes, they're about a right colour now, as you can see. Nice and dark brown-ish, mid-brown. But what you don't want is, you don't want to really overcook the batter, and you don't want them to end up hard. So turn it from full to half, So it cools down. That would after about 3 minutes. I'm going to cook them for roughly another 5. So I'm off again. Right, I've set up a baking tray, plate, whatever. Put some kitchen roll on it. Pull these cakes out with my trusty weapon. Cakes. Cakes. Oh, scraps out. Few anyway. Cakes. Cakes with scraps. Fish cakes. Buy some tea cakes. Slap them in, bit of ketchup. Sorted. Done. Hope you like them. You make scallops same way. See you later.